Well, hello everybody on the YouTube. I've got my mount kind of figured out, so you should be able to see out the dashboard of the truck, at least out the windshield anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna head down the road and go visit my dad today, which I'm really excited about, because I haven't got to see him in over a week and a half. I've been hurt and irritable for the last month because of my leg, which I have gone to the doctor for, and I'm having to do all the doctor kind of stuff for that. So just have a moment to catch up with my old man. I missed Father's Day because I was laid up, so we're doing that. And as we take that drive, hopefully the mountain will stay up, and then we can talk about stuffs. I'm trying to get my phone to charge. I may pull over. There it goes. So while I'm making this drive, show you guys a little bit of the area you've seen in the other videos, but may not have seen. And then I got some motorcycle news. Back on it. Motorcycle related things. So Tennessee had a couple of bills that went up this past spring for consideration. One of which was to relax the helmet law, which didn't pass. And you know, I'm a firm believer in wearing as much gear as you are comfortable wearing. It's your own prerogative. I personally do AT-GAT when it comes to riding on the roads. If I'm doing a parade or something, I'll still at least have a long sleeve shirt, gloves, and then I have a half helmet for when I'm doing parades, just because they're slow. The helmet law didn't quite pass. You know, I do AT-GAT, do the half helmet, long sleeve, and gloves, still full length pants, still boots. I'm doing a parade, especially like the gentleman's ride where I dress up, which I didn't do this year, unfortunately. I was in school, so I couldn't take that day off. As far as that goes, but the helmet law, to ease back on it, that went away. Personally, I think you should wear the gear if it's not your cup of tea. I understand. Cool beans. I'm not in the military anymore, so I'm not held to the military's requirements for gear, but to be honest, I feel safer wearing full gear. So that didn't pass. But one thing that did pass was a change to the learner's permit for motorcycle riders. So previously, for a Tennessee learner's permit, what it was a special permit allowing minors 15 years of age to operate a motorcycle after completing the requirement established for a motorcycle license with the following restrictions. It must be limited to a motorcycle with a maximum cylinder size of 650 cc's, must not carry passengers, must be restricted from use on interstate highways or roadways otherwise marked, operation during daylight hours only, must be limited to 20-mile radius of the driver's home, and at the age of 16, the holder of the motorcycle learner's permit may return to the driver's service center and exchange their permit for a motorcycle license to retain the privilege to operate a motorcycle. Note, no tests are required for exchange. After exchange, all restrictions and size limits are removed. Alright? The new thing that did pass, and I'll have links in the description below, was SB 1437, and what that does is it changes the limitations on radius from home. So instead of being 20 miles, you can now have unlimited mileage leaving from around your home, with the caveat that you must have a fully licensed operator as basically a riding buddy. They must be an adult. They must be under the supervision of a parent or legal guardian, and that takes away, and that parent or legal guardian be on their own bike, and that takes away the mileage limitation. So you could get up at dawn and ride till dusk as far away as you wanted to, as long as you're doing it with a riding buddy, which I think is pretty cool. That at 15 years old, you can get your motorcycle, learner's permit, be it 650 cc's, which for a first-time rider, 650 is a big bike, but also a bike that you can ride for years to come. So it's not so small that you'll outgrow it in a season, and it's not, so big that you're going to immediately whiskey throttle yourself into a grave. You can still get hurt, don't get me wrong, with 650 cc's is a decent cap. It's better than 125, especially if they're a larger person, because 125, you big people, like bears on tricycles, But this new SB 1437 goes into effect on the 1st of January 2024. And, not a huge change, but now if they're riding with somebody that's already got a motorcycle license, is an experienced rider, they can go further to 20 miles, because riding 20 miles out away from your home in a rural area like this, because like we just passed through Gum Springs and now we're coming up on Crossroads, 20 miles isn't nothing to get to anything. It's really not. A little bit different if you're living in Nashville, but there's a lot of really great roads all over the place. So you could potentially take a couple day trips. A full day of riding, 300-400 miles under your belt, and actually go somewhere and see something. As long as you are still operating it during daylight hours, and then you have somebody who is a parent or legal guardian that has a motorcycle license on their own bike. Because right now we're coming up on Crossroads, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I figured I'd let you guys know if you didn't know about that. I'll put a link in the description below for the links to the Tennessee permitting, as well as to the links to the bill, so you guys can read it for yourselves. I think it's a good step forward. Now, if we could just get limited access highway filtering, I think we'd be moving even further along. I don't think the helmet requirement being pulled back will really help us. It's going to make our insurance go up in Tennessee for that. That's just how that is. But of course, you get your learner's permit. You've got to do all the things that you would normally do for a regular motorcycle license. You got to do an MSF course or the course through the DMV. And I think those are good things, and especially if you do the course and then you do advanced rider courses or experienced rider courses, or even the ultimate rider courses available through the MSF, and have those cards, you can send copies of those to your insurance, and they will make your insurance cheaper. As a first-time motorcycle rider, your insurance, regardless of what you have, is going to be high. Alright? It's like being a new driver, only accidents on motorcycles tend to be more I don't want to say fatal, but there are fewer motorcycle accidents and car accidents per capita because there are fewer motorcycles on the road, where the accidents tend to have more damage to the person who is riding than, let's say, if you were driving a car, because you're not wrapped in a steel cage, hence why we call people in cars cagers. So, just so you know, just taking a trip down Fall River Road. So I figured I'd let you know. So, hey, it's the Wingnut. I finally got something motorcycle related. In my next video, I actually scraped the pennies together, and ordered the nice CNC KLR luggage rack. I'll actually do an unboxing and an install video for that one, so you guys can see. Nice CNC did not pay me to do is not paying me to do the video. They're not sending me the components themselves. I bought those out of my own pocket. I'm also going to do the mod to it so I can mount my top box like I had talked about in my previous video, using the windshield nuts. So, hope you guys look forward to that. So as far as, come on now, that is not wide enough for both of us. Narrow bridges, you gotta watch, folks. But I completely lost my train of thought. But yep, we'll get that installed and put it up there. But I'm still down. I'm not going to ride the bike if I can't balance the bike on this one leg, which sucks because it's beautiful riding weather, and the motorcycle is way cheaper to commute on than taking the dually or taking the F250. Hey guys, it's the Wingnut. Like, dislike, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and it's on you. Have a good one.